Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome to the QPR Career Mode. If you're not all caught up, then make sure you go check out the playlist, get yourself all caught up, and then welcome back to today's episode. If you are caught up, then obviously today we are starting the league in our third season in this Career Mode. We have absolutely been flying through this as of late. We're getting through this, and obviously spoilers inbound for some of the signings we have made. I'm going to show the squad now, so here's your chance to get out of here if you don't want to see it. But this is not the squad. This is the squad we're currently running. I'm very happy with it. I think we've made some really good pickups. I'm super chuffed with the players we brought through, and yeah, there's plenty still to go. Obviously, at the end of the last episode, I did pose a little question to you guys. Now, we were mainly looking at the probability of bringing in another right back. We brought in, obviously, a great keeper in Lafont, a solid another centre-back in Figueroa. I'm going to say Figueroa. I'm probably saying it wrong. Mwepu, fantastic box-to-box midfielder to bring in as well. And we've got Mambimbi as our rotation sort of forward and striker. Now, Trossard is still somebody we're potentially looking to get rid of. But Amos and Masengo have both got like potential to keep pushing up in this team and pushing up in ratings, and so we're going to stick with them. Ozzy, sadly, every season will only go up by 1 in rating, and you guys know I'm a huge fan of Ozzy. He's not exactly old, he's 25, so he's not exactly going to be having huge problems with staying in the team for a prolonged period of time, but it's going to probably be that we need to bring in a new first choice right back and move Ozzy to the bench. So I was asking for right backs. Most of the comments were for other possible players and other possible positions. So for now, the right back is what we're looking at. We're still waiting for the scout report to come back. It should come back after the Leeds game. So between Leeds and the second game of the episode, we'll be able to have a little look at some options. But for now, that's the only signing I'm really focusing on. There's a couple of other players that I'll maybe have a little scout that was suggested to me. But other than that, I think the plan of action is getting straight into the Leeds game and starting today's episode with some gameplay. So let's go with it. Okay, so you can see our team going into this game. It's the team I have been talking about, the team we looked at, our first team, our strongest 11. You can see they're playing a pretty solid team too, but I'm confident the new and improved QPR can really start the season well. Let's find out. Starting the season off at the Crown Prince, and would you believe it? It's raining. Oh man, it rains so often, and it's nearly always when we're at home in the Career Mode. But here at the Crown Prince for our third season of the Career Mode and second season in the Prem. Cannot wait to really try and push our way up this league this time around. I've got my own sort of goals I'd like to push for and aim for, and a big part of that is going to be flying up this table. Hopefully you can see there was no messing about. Lafont already got himself a tifo at the club. Let's go for it, boys. Let's push for this. Let's try and start season number 3 with a big bit of positivity. Let's try and start with 3 points. Come on, you us. Mwepu inside here to Isaac Coles. Coles with a lovely turn. Takes it past his man. Going to win the free kick as he was taken out a little bit there. I think this might be a booking. It's a very early yellow card if it is. I'm not too sure actually. The animation, no yellow card. But that's okay. Free kick here with Trossard. We're going to have Campbell run over the ball and try and get this space down on the outside of the wall, and we're going to play it back to Amos. A little bit congested in here. Can't really make the space for a shot. We're going to have to recycle it around quite a bit. I've passed it to Coles, who is definitely offside. And yeah, that's going to be a bit of a wasted chance. But it's so congested in their box. It's hard to make much space because they just defend so compact. Isaac Coles going to play it outside here to McCallum. McCallum going to cut inside there and find Mwepu. Isaac Coles is going to overlap him. It's a lovely overlap as well. Isaac Coles, first shot of the game. It's a good save from Melier. Sadly, Campbell was a little bit further ahead, almost sort of in a good position to maybe be passed to. But at the time, the shot was all I was seeing. The shot was all I was going for. And it was unlucky. It was a good save, though. But first proper chance of the game for either side. And it does go our way. But it's taken 25 minutes to get there. Leeds bringing it forward right now. Got to be careful here. Rafinha on the ball. Mwepu's going to try and close him down. Does very well. Wins the initial one. Sadly, can't quite get his foot on the second ball there. The shot's not fantastic. We are going to bring it away. Figueroa, I think, getting a touch. And then Ozzy doing well to bring that away initially. And he's going to have to turn inside. Finds Masengo again. Plays a lovely little 1-2 with him. Campbell is going to get there ahead of the defender. Trossard now on the ball. Trossard with a turn. Inside to Tyrese Campbell, pulls onto his left foot. Tyrese Campbell starting the season much better than last season, doing exactly what we needed of him, and that is starting his goals early, opening that account for the season nice and early into it, and that's fantastic to see. It wasn't the best shot. I feel like it was nearer to Meslier than I would have liked it, and we could have easily sweat it as soon as we sort of cut inside. If we played that pass very quickly, we could have got it to Isaac Coles, but Tyrese Campbell does really, really well. The build-up was lovely. Trossard doing quite well. Obviously, this is a bit of a crunch time for Trossard as to whether he's going to stay on with us. If I get some offers in for him, I won't lie to you, I will probably look to move him on and move Willock into the starting team. And then bring in another youngster to sort of sit on that bench and fill in that position. But I have to say, Trossard's had a decent first half, as have, honestly, most of the team. I don't think any player has been particularly bad or done anything particularly wrong. Very happy so far. Oh, Ozzy, you've got to try and get there, mate. Doesn't. It's going to go into Bamford. And Lafont with his first thing to do for the club. And he makes it quite dramatic, but he makes the save. And that is indeed what matters. Figueroa couldn't quite get there. Figueroa's trim, by the way, is having a madness if you see that there. But Lafont fingertip saves to push it wide for the corner. And they're going to play it short here. Harrison. It's going to be matched there by Masengo. Masengo now possibly with a chance. Look at this. Look at the space he's got. Masengo's just going to keep charging forward. Freuler's going to try and catch him up, but I don't think he's going to. Masengo just going to keep going. Masengo by himself. Masengo makes it 2 very quickly. We go from 1-0 up to 2. And Masengo, I have to say, credit where it is due. Blocking it and then literally booking it to the other side of the pitch all by himself to bag a huge and potentially crucial goal in the first game of the season to put us 2-0 up. Really well done. Hits the inside of that post. Hits the back of the net. And that's all you need to see. 2-0, boys. Great, great stuff. We have definitely built our way into this first half. And it took us, like I say, about 25 minutes to really get much of a feel into the game and start getting some chances. But as soon as we've got the chances, now we're putting them away, which is lovely to see. 2-0. Well, there we have it. Half-time, 2-0 to the good and looking good as well with it. Have to say, they're very, very impressed by the team. Solid first half. I have to say, the front three have worked pretty well. Nice bit of rotation. I've said a couple of times, Isaac Coles has come quite central. Mwepu making a good little overlap as well on that left-hand side. I think that's going to work out quite nicely. Trossard doing well. Good little interplay with Campbell, getting his first goal of the season, which is good to see. And Masengo, somebody who doesn't score very much because he's not got very good shooting, has found his first goal of the season too. 2-0, and we are looking good. I don't think I'm going to make any changes at half-time. I think for now we'll stick with the same 11. I think at some point I'd like to bring on Willock over Trossard just to sort of give myself an indication of if Trossard was going to be moved on, is it then going to work bringing in Willock ahead of him, or is it going to be that we potentially need to bring in a new first choice winger for the right-hand side? But we'll worry about that a little bit down the line because for now we actually have a pretty good chance here as Isaac Coles has been set away here by Tyrese Campbell. Isaac Coles, it's going to be sweaty if I get the chance to. That last touch was a little bit too heavy. It was a bit of an awkward one. I wanted to turn in a little bit more, but the centre-back was just marking the run, and I couldn't quite do what I wanted to do there. But a good start to the second half. Hopefully we can just be a little bit more creative with it and get a few more chances. A third goal would be fantastic. And actually, we're still going to stick with this first highlight because Luke Amos, it's not the best pass, but hold on. Tyrese couldn't quite get it to Isaac Coles. That would have been phenomenal. A third would have been incredible. Got to be careful here. Struick is running down our right-hand side. It's going to be cut across. Can we get there? Amos just steps in but doesn't quite win the ball. But Amos and Mwepu working really well together there to keep that one away. And now Isaac Coles again bursting down the left-hand side. I think it's going to be offside here for Trossard. We're going to let it cross just in case. It didn't get the chance to shoot. Yeah, it deflected poorly. The pass from Coles. I wanted it into Campbell here. I was trying to play it to Campbell. Should have honestly tried to play it for Trossard sooner. I should have played the ball quicker and played it to Trossard, and Campbell would have probably caught up. I see them making the change for Sino going off. I'm actually going to take off Coles because he is quite tired. Nothing against how he's played. He's played very, very well indeed. But we'll take him off. I think we'll also bring on El Basir instead of Masengo. I kind of want to run Mambimbi out as well. Give him his first chance. I think I'm going to do it. Campbell has had a very good game. We'll give Mambimbi a bit of a chance here. This is a game that we've played pretty well. We're 2-0 up as it stands. Make all three changes at the same time. Who doesn't do that apart from nearly every manager? But that's okay. Mambimbi, Willock and El Basir. Three players that, for now, at the very least, are going to be interim players, but substitutes and hopefully impact off the bench. And if they can do that today, then it's a win-win. Willock almost immediately on the ball here, and it's a lovely pass into Mambimbi, who's going to straight away have a shot, and I probably shouldn't have done. Again, Trossard making a very good run. It has to be noted, Trossard is making incredible passes. I'm just not playing it to him. So on those occasions, that's my fault. But Mambimbi, first chance to really get anything done in a QPR shirt. And it's a good effort. It's just a good save from Melier that stops him. But 25 minutes to go, and I'm quietly confident we've played well. We should be able to see this through. Maybe even increase the score. Trossard here. Going to get the ball after a very good tackle from Luke Amos. Going to play it into Mambimbi. Mambimbi finds the back of the net. Talk about a debut to remember. Fantastic. Very, very happy for him because I have to say he's played very well since coming on. He's created 2 chances, found the back of the net. And Trossard, I said it before, I'll say it again. Trossard has had a phenomenal game. He really, really has played very well. I've been very impressed by Trossard. It's made me want to stick with him. It really has, because I know it's only 1 game, but he's played well enough to convince me thus far. But really good stuff. A lovely assist. And Mambimbi, like I say, perfect debut. He's been on the pitch for 10 minutes, if that, and he's found the back of the net. Things you love to see. Well done, mate. Lovely, lovely stuff. Oh, it's a good turn there from the Leeds man, but it is going to be blocked, and Amos is going to try and bring this away. It's a bit of a terrible tackle, really, coming in from the Leeds man, but it's well kept here by us, and it's going to be a ball here. Mwepu's going to try and play over the top to Willock. Willock's done really well to keep that. He's played it back into Mwepu, and another debutant going to be getting another goal. It's 4-0, and Mwepu, take a bow, lad. I won't lie to you, I thought I'd ever so slightly missed the opportunity once I played the ball with Mwepu. I tried a chip through ball for Willock. It wasn't the best thing, but Willock's done really well to keep hold of it here. Look, gets the first touch of the defender, then he plays it back to Mwepu, and Mwepu, standing on the spot, just buries it into the bottom corner. 4-0, a fantastic start to this new season. I said I wanted to really take this team further and further now that we're, improving the squad. The squad's really starting to look pretty solid now, and this scoreline on opening day is showing the improvements are definitely paying off, boys. 4-0 at home. Fantastic start to the season. Leeds do come forward here with Rafinha. Willock coming back to defend quite nicely. He's going to flick it back to Rodrigo, who I believe is wearing the captain's armband, by the way. Very interesting there. But it's a good save from Lafont. He's had a relatively quiet sort of first game in there. He's only had a couple of things to deal with. The throw-out wasn't fantastic. Rafinha with another effort. Lafont with another save. And I think what we'll do now is we'll probably just try and keep this ball, just sort of run the clock down a little bit. We don't really need to push for a 5th. We'll just be clever with the ball, patient with the ball, and slowly but surely see this one out, hopefully, to the clean sheet. When I've cleared that to Figueroa, I didn't want it to Figueroa. We got lucky there that Rodrigo's first touch was terrible. I was trying to dink it forward to Trossard or anyone out there. Might have been El Basir, but it doesn't matter. The clean sheet has been kept, and 4-0 is the full-time whistle. Absolutely thrilled with that. The boys have had a blinder of a start to the season. This could be the start of some very, very good things to come, it has to be said. It's a really, really positive one straight off the bat. No one had a bad game. I have to say, for me, the 2 players of the game would have been Trossard, as I have said to you. He had a very good game today, and I have to say, Amos had a really good game in the middle of the park. Amos and Masenga had a good game as well. That second goal was fantastic. But yeah, I have to say, honestly, for me, it would be Trossard and then Amos. Absolute blinders. Mwepu was a great addition. Mambimbi getting his first goal. Everyone today put in a shift, and I was thoroughly impressed with the performance. 4-0, boys. Well, there we go. Top of the table, top of the pack in day number 1. Now, don't expect that to stay the case for too long, but that's a really good way to start the season. Thoroughly impressed with that. You can see here a sale for Dickey has been agreed with BSC Young Boys, of all places. 12 million. I'd initially said no to 11 and asked for a bit more money from some other clubs, and they've all come back with no when it's been either me asking for a bit more money or them not being able to get more sort of contract with Dickey. But we're going to accept that. We are going to sell Rob Dickey, I think, here. I think it makes the most sense, if I'm being honest with you, because who on the bench right now? Dickey is our man on the bench. I actually regret having clicked yes just then. I shouldn't have said yes. I should have kept him as rotation. Oh, Tom, you idiot. Well, I've made a mistake there, and I'll hold my hands up. That is entirely my fault. I shouldn't have said yes. Oh well. Oh well. That's my fault. And just like that, the mistake has fully come to fruition now. Rob Dickie is gone. I'm actually mad at myself. I'm actually so mad at myself. 9 million is what we get. We can try and bring someone in. We also have Jimmy Dunn there as an option, but I'm actually... I'm such an idiot, boys. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. Well, after the mistake of selling Dickie, the only change in the entire squad for today is that Dunn is on the bench instead of Dickie. But we have obviously got 9 million for him. If I feel like we need to bring somebody in that's higher rated than Rob Dickie, then I have the option of trying to find somebody for roughly that price, looking at, you know, maybe spending between 5 and 10 mil to bring in somebody to be that rotation option for us. Obviously, we're still looking at the right back. Sadly, I didn't actually hear back from the scout reports. I thought it was going to be before this game against Crystal Palace, but it's evidently going to be afterwards. But that's okay. I will happily wait for it. I don't see a Birieze. I wonder if he's still there, or I wonder if he's been bought by somebody else. Regardless, hopefully the same again. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Another game in London, a little bit further away from Kyle Prince than I am, but that's absolutely fine with me. Selhurst Park, bring it on. They've got the current league leaders arriving at Selhurst Park. Crazy to say, but here we are, boys. We're having a very good start to the season. I'm assuming Butland isn't going to be crazy high rated. He's not the youngest of goalkeepers. I'd be surprised if he's much over 80, if over 80. So all we can do is go out and do exactly what we did in the last game, and that is give it our all. Really go for it. So let's do just that. Come on, you Oz. Ozikakai here with work. Chouameni up against him. Chouameni, by the way, an absolute beast. Fires a beautiful pass through the middle there. It's going to be run wide. They're doing a very much like a foot champs kind of attempt at a goal. They're running to the byline and then trying to cut it across to somebody for a nice sweaty finish. However, they weren't going to be... I was going to say they weren't going to be found that time, but we were going to maybe work on the counter. Isaac Coles, however, couldn't quite get the most from that pass from Campbell. Gave him a lot to do with that pass, but yeah, it's still 0-0, still no chances yet either end. It's a lovely bit of play here from Palace, and it's a very tame shot at the end of it. First shot of the game is going to go the way of the home side, but it was a bit of a P-roller, bit of a, what's it called, a daisy cutter, is that what they call it? God, I'm forgetting the football terminology, but it's a lovely play here from Mwepu. Mwepu, can he find Trossard? Well, he could. Could Trossard find Mwepu again? And yes, he could as well. Amos going to rotate it back round. Mwepu pulls it onto his right. It's blocked well by the defender. Couldn't quite get as much time as I thought I had on the ball there, which is unfortunate. I think I was throwing myself off when I was commentating with about a 10-second delay. I think I confused myself. Coles here has found a huge amount of space running towards the Palace goal. He's going to lay it across the Trossard. He's going to have a hell of a strike at goal, but it's a very nice save from Butland. That ball looked to be properly moving in the middle of the air there. Real good effort from Trossard, but a solid save, obviously, from Butland, as it hasn't found the back of the net. Trossard's not going to jump to win that. I'm not entirely sure why out of all of the players in the box, that's who it went to. But it's okay here. Coles has found himself back on side. Going to let it back to Amos. Amos finds Masengu. Going to find Mwepu inside. Tyrese Campbell pulls it onto his left. It's a good shot, but it's a good block from the Palace defender there. I think it was their right back coming across well to get in the way of it. Just giving Butland a bit of an easier time there by putting the block in there. But we have managed to bring this ball right back forward. Good tackle. Coles couldn't quite get past their number 24. And it's still going to be 0-0 after 26 minutes. McCallum bringing this ball forward. Going to cut it across here to Mwepu. Mwepu, look at the space we're getting in the middle of the park here. Mwepu, edge of the box, going to have a go. It's not a bad effort, but it was a little bit too central. I was trying to angle it to the sort of near post as we're looking at it, but you can see Mwepu has hit it quite centrally, which is unfortunate, because I think if he'd aimed a bit more to the side, he'd have had a much better chance of taking Butland on there. We're going to cross this one, hopefully not find Trossard. Trossard has been moved out of the box. It's going to aim to McCallum, who's still not too much taller. Not really aiming towards the players I'm hoping it would be. But Mwepu here keeps it alive. Masengo out to Trossard. Trossard's going to have a ping from range, but I don't know why I shot there, because that was a terrible angle, and it's fully smacked Matey Boy on the chin. Mwepu in here to Isaac Coles. Isaac Coles doesn't quite get it past his man, but that's going to be pulled back here. We are going to have a free kick. Not crazy close. It's not really in shooting range. It's going to be one that we play short to Masengo. And Masengo going to play it to Lopez. Lopez is going to lose it. That's a real waste from me. And it's maybe a chance here for Palace to bring it forward. They've gone backwards initially, but they're still keeping this ball quite nicely. Lovely bit of play there to ding that over the top and find the space for the wide man. But they've just played it backwards again. It's given us a chance to reset, which is honestly fine with me. Not long left here until half-time. Are we going to get a chance to attack? Not quite. It's a real shame there. Aussie playing that through nice and quickly, and then us getting it up the pitch nice and quickly as well. But apparently not quickly enough, and it is going to be half-time. It's been, I'm not going to say it's been a nothingy half. I think we've definitely had some good chances, but I think Butland's actually had a pretty good start to the game. Made a good couple of saves. Again, the Mwepu chance would have been nice for it to be a little bit nearer to the post. He is right-footed. I just wanted to double-check. I have to say, I think for now, I'm probably going to keep things the same. I don't think anything particularly needs changing. Mwepu is the most tired out of the middle three, but I'd like to keep him on because he's the highest rate and he's definitely our most box-to-box, our most attacking-minded of the three. Maybe if we go 1-0 up, it can be a chance for Field or El Basir to come on and get a couple of minutes and have a bit of a run-out. But for now, the team's playing well. We just need to convert and maybe get a slightly more clear-cut chance, because a lot of our chances are happening, edge of the box and really trying to test Butland instead of taking him on and having our player be in the advantage, have the goal be more likely than the save. That's something that we need to try and a chance we need to create, really. And at the moment, we haven't done that. But talking of chances being created, Mitchell here, going to make his way forward, but Aussie's going to try and close him down. Masengo's going to help him out. Little 1-2 from Palace then. It's going to go out for a corner. Aussie doing what he needed to do to see it go behind. But it's an early chance here for Palace to try and put our goal under threat. It's not the best corner. McCallum stops it, but doesn't get rid of it. It's going to go back out to Elisa, who was offside. Thank the Lord. Lovely bit of play here. Mwepu making a lovely run through. Isaac Coles is there. Jack Butland with a great save. I needed a bit more power from that from Coles. I put on what I thought was a decent amount of power, but he hasn't hit it with as much oomph as I'd have liked. And I tried to do that, the keeper's going that way, try and wrong foot him, give him a disadvantage on the save. But it's a very good save, it has to be said. Elise going off. Eze is still there. He is on the bench. But Elise is the man parting away. And it's going to be Kamara making his way on the pitch here. Going to whip this in. It's going to be aimed at McCallum again. I'm aiming at not the tallest of players. And it's happening pretty consistently here. But Mwepu, ball on the edge of the box. Mwepu takes his man on. Can we get the shot away? Oh, mate, if Mwepu had just been, committed towards that foul of their centre-back there, that could have been a penalty. But it's almost like he's stopped going after the ball and therefore not gone in the way of the slide. It would have been a really good chance to try and get a penalty with about half an hour to go. Would have been a great time to try and get that, but it wasn't to be, and they're going to have a chance here. McCallum, by the looks of things, has picked up a knock. That is not what I need to see. As soon as this ball goes off the pitch, you can expect some changes from us, but the ball is still on the pitch at the moment. It's a good block there from Lopez. They're going to recycle it. They've recycled it well. I've also just realised I was going to change the kit numbers, and I've not done that, so it's going to be a bit weird because it's going to have happened partway through the season, but I'm going to change the kit numbers. My apologies, it didn't happen straight away. Palace still on the ball here. I say that as soon as Mwepu puts in a great tackle, and this is a chance for us to maybe push our way up the pitch here. Tyrese Campbell bursting forward. Trossard making a run, but it wasn't one that I could particularly find with the pass. Campbell's going to have to be pushed a little bit wide here. Going to cut back, play it to Masengo. I wanted that to Amos. Thankfully, the Palace player wanted it to Amos too, but the pass to Coles just wasn't the one, and they're going to get it away now. Oh, Isaac Coles has picked this up in a great spot. Can he find Campbell? No, he can find Trossard, though. Trossard can find the back of the net, and there we go. It's 1-0. We've found the lead that we honestly have been deserving, in my opinion. I think we've worked pretty darn well to get this ball forward a lot, create plenty of chances, and now we are a goal to the good. Just as I've actually queued 3 changes, it has to be said, he is a man revived. Leandro Trossard has had a really good start to this season, and mate, right now, I don't want to sell this guy. He has been phenomenal. He has been really, really consistent, and that's a goal to add to his consistency as well. I've just done the classic Hursty triple, 3 changes right as you see this goal go in. I made these changes ages ago, but obviously they've only just happened because the ball's only just technically left the field of play. But Trossard is actually making his way off the pitch for Chris Willock. El Basir is coming on for Masengo, and McCallum is going off for Hamer. It said he was injured. The injury seems to have gone, but I didn't want to run any risk of anything more long term. So with 13 minutes on the clock, we've made those 3 changes. I would have liked to have taken Mwepu off, like I said, because he was quite tired, but at the time it was still 0-0, and I think Mwepu in the midfield 3 is definitely our best chance of taking anything forward and scoring anything, because I think he's the only one on the pitch, or out of the 3 of them, with more than 55 shooting. So he's definitely the man for that kind of situation. But El Basir getting minutes, I'm all about it, because I think he's a good young talent, even though he's greyer than my granddad. Oh, it's a good chance here. Really good tackle, though, from Lopez. putting in a very crucial tackle, a very crucial time. But Figueroa with a fantastically terrible blooming pass away there. But Hamer, just calm and collected, knocks that down nice and easily. Mwepu, just keep this ball, boys. Just keep the ball. See the clock down. See the game out. And that is it. Full time. 6 points from a possible 6 so far to start this season off. I am thoroughly impressed with that. The boys have been nothing short of fantastic. And mate, shaking the hands of the likes of Patrick Vieira. Boys can only dream about it. But there we go. Another big win. Trossard with another huge performance is what I have to say. He has been fantastic. 2 games in. And I have to say, possibly man of the match for both. He really did have a very good game today. And in this game in particular, we really saw what Mwepu brings to this team. A player that gets forward from that midfield and puts some decent chances on the keeper, makes some great runs, and just, I think, perfectly complements the other 2 players that will be back a lot more, putting the defensive shifts in. Mwepu, I think, is going to be the perfect addition to this team in this midfield. I'm chuffed, boys. 6 from 6. Super happy with that result. Really impressed with the team yet again. Sound like a broken record right now, but I mean it. I absolutely mean it. The next game is a cup game. It is going to be one that we start by simming. It's the EFL Cup, so it's the equivalent of like the Carabao Cup. So we are going to sim this one. We'll try and obviously add some real backing to the FA Cup, but I think with a lot of games going on, and at the moment our squad depth isn't the most crazy, it will be that we will rotate and we will start that game with a sim. But if we need to jump in, we'll jump in. I'm hoping we'll hear from the right backs before or by this game, or maybe by the next one. I'm going to go through day by day on the calendar and I'll update you guys if we see anything. Okay, so we didn't hear from any of our right back potential signings, so we're jumping straight into the cup game. You can see a little bit of rotation. You can see a tad bit of rotation from them. But you can probably notice the names that are missing. We've got Jimmy Dunn coming in, Hamer coming in, El Basir coming in, Willock, and then Mambimbi. So that obviously means that Campbell, Coles, Mwepu, McCallum, and Lopez are all sitting this one, at least on the bench, not sitting out entirely. But we'll start with a quick sim, and as per usual, if anything happens, any highlights, I'll show you them. But until then, enjoy the... Oh, I quick simmed. Well, okay, you're not going to enjoy the highlights, but you can enjoy the result. 2-1, boys. Didn't even need to jump in. Absolutely fantastic. El Basir getting a goal. Things you'd love to see. Danny Ings equalising before half-time. And then after half-time, Luke Amos gets himself the goal. 2-1. So my bad. I clicked the complete wrong one. Well, thankfully, we did get the win. My bad again for the mistake. I think, because when I do career modes off of like videos and stuff, I quick sim things, so that's my apologies. I will apologise for that one. Amos transfer offer, it's a no from me, Chief. Amos is going absolutely nowhere. He's currently our captain, by the way. Didn't even really think to mention that. Adoma, as I said to you guys, I'll be accepting whatever offer comes in, because Albert Adoma has played his last game for us. Would you believe it? Still nothing about the right backs. However, I had a look at one of them and it says that they're due the day after this game. So hopefully after the Brentford game, we should be able to go and pick up our right back, or at the very least, shortlist to a couple. Brentford currently in 18th place, having a bit of a torrid time at the start of this season. But you can see they brought in an absolute beast in Emil Smith-Rowe. Lunin, not a bad little keeper as well. We're going with our strongest 11. It's the team we're going to run into it. Let's get this derby going, shall we? Back at the Car and Prince, but no rain today. Sadly, we're currently in second because Everton evidently having an even more prolific start to the season. But I'm hopeful for today because we've come up against 2 pretty solid teams and come away with some pretty impressive results. And hopefully, up against a struggling Brentford side, we'll be able to do the same thing again. One thing to bear in mind, obviously they are playing a 5 at the back, which is always difficult to break down. And they've got some very quick defenders. Henry, just one example of a very quick defender. But Amos leading the boys out today. The Isaac Cole's tifo is up for all to see. But let's get into it. Let's hope and pray that we can keep up this winning start to the season. It would be 3 league games and 4 games in total on the bounce if we can get a win today. Come on, you R's. Let's go. Nice start here. Tyrese Campbell with his back to goal. But he's going to play it backwards here to Mwepu, who's going to get the ball back from McCallum. Amos bringing this ball forward to Isaac Coles. Going to take the shot. It's a bit of an audacious real effort there. But Lunin's going to throw it back to him to maybe give him another chance. And instead I've run straight at the defender. But actually, would have been a good chance if I had managed to get past that man to just have a nice, more central, more straightforward shot with Isaac Coles. Obviously, he hasn't scored yet this season. All the other attackers, or starting attackers, even Mambimbi, have found a goal. So Isaac Cole's yet to get in the goals, but has been playing well. But it'll be nice for him to get those numbers up. Mwepu out wide here to Isaac Cole. He's going to play it into Campbell. Campbell doesn't quite get that first touch. That's unfortunate. We're attacking very quickly here. We're getting chances against them. We just need to have someone a little bit more clean through and a bit more of a straightforward effort instead of Cole's audacious shot. Isaac Cole is bringing this ball forward, going to try and just blitz down this line here. We see the run from Mwepu in the midfield, and apparently we're going to ignore it. You heard me say I wanted it to Mwepu. Apparently we had different ideas with Isaac Cole's. Henry with a chance to whip this in there. Going to do pretty well, but McCallum's going to get all the way back there and mark that man at the back and going to get it away. And then we're going to bring it forward. There's going to be a nice cream man outside the house. Fantastic. McCallum here just bursting down this right-hand side, or their right-hand side, our left-hand side. Isaac Cole's going to let it back to Trossard. Trossard gets himself into space. Oh, I thought he was just on. I thought we were still playing on because he was just onside. On reflection, it was a terrible idea for me to pass it to him. It was entirely my fault. Oh, got to be careful here. Brentford with the ball in the box. Lafont with a very good save. A little bit of a ping-pong going on in the middle of the box there before the shot came away eventually. And we have had a chance here maybe to put it through to Isaac Cole's on a lovely attempt at a counter. It's going to drop to him. Isaac Cole's dummies it, turns, right foot. It's a good block from the defender. I maybe overworked it in the end, but Isaac Cole's a second chance. Great save by Lunin as that is just fitting into that bottom right-hand corner. Real close effort at either end there. Both teams getting a decent chance, but Lunin getting down to that one very nicely and making a very good save, stopping Isaac Coles from opening up his goal-scoring tally for the season. It's going to be whipped into McCallum. I need to have it so it's not going to McCallum every time because he's not winning the headers, is he? Bit of space here for Brentford on the right-hand side. Going to lay it back to his defender who's giving him some support. Isaac Coles isn't going to quite get in the way, but Lopez up like the manly man that he is himself, getting that ball away now. Tyrese Campbell going to have to hold it up and wait for some support. The support wasn't quite there because the pass was pretty gosh darn terrible. Figueroa isn't going to get in the way of the first attempt. Ozzy Kakai gets in the way of the second and then gives it back. And this is not a good spot for us. Very well done from the boys in the end. Ozzy with a chance to bring this forward. Masengo getting slightly out-muscled just as I played the pass. Bit of a wasted chance there for the end of the first half. But it is going to be half-time and I'm not entirely sure how it's 0-0. We've really looked pretty solid. The shots haven't been the most effective. Evidently, Tom, none have gone in the back of the net. But I think we've looked okay. We just haven't quite offered enough. And that's been the main issue. The chances haven't been quite clear-cut enough. I think we need to change something, but I don't think we need to change it just yet. The usual substitution I'd go for here would be Willock on for Trossard. But Trossard has been so good this season that I feel like I've got to give him the benefit of the doubt and start him for the second half. Because so far he has been man of the match, I would say, in both the league games he's played in. So I feel like I've got to give him another chance. So we're going to do that. Oh, really good pass through. Really good effort. But yet again, Lafont with a really good save. I have to say, so far, Lafont has been very good. Like we all know on Ultimate Team, he's a solid keeper. His special cards especially. But he's definitely been very good in career mode so far. Obviously, summer was going to be a big miss with it being a big downgrade from the ratings. But he's lived up to Sommer's legacy so far. He has been equally as good when he's been needed. So well done to Mr. Lafont. Brentford again pushing forward here. It's going to be a lovely layoff there. That pass is fantastic. And again, Lafont with a really good save. Didn't do a very good job of stopping the pass through. So I think it was Mbome. I think he's still there. It looked like him for sure. The beard, I think, was the slight giveaway for him. But we've lost the ball in a bad spot. Thankfully, it's gone off for a goal kick. And we can try and reset a little bit. We can try and just calm it down a tad. Amos going to bring this ball forward here. Burst into the middle of the park. Trossard's hopefully going to get a bit of space. Oh, he would have done, but the pass was just intercepted. Amos not giving that up, though. Tackled it a good 2-3 times after initially losing the ball. And he's won it again there. Luke Amos, mate. This is why he's got the armband on at the moment, because he is just not giving up, is he? Okay, it's going to be a corner here to Brentford, but I have made, not quite the Hursty triple, we've made a double change here. Mambimbi coming on for Trossard. I've seen in a couple of chances a bit of pace in any of those positions, and we'd have had a real good chance at maybe finding a good chance through one-on-one against the keeper. And Trossard is the slowest of our strikers, so it just made sense. Amos is also going to come off, and it's going to be El Basir coming on. El Basir at centre mid, and it means Masengo is going to drop to that CDM role. Obviously a bit more similar to what he would normally be used to, but Masengo now is actually an out-and-out centre mid. We have converted him, but we just need that little bit of pace up front little bit of fresh legs in the midfield, and who knows, maybe it could lead to something for us. It's a terrible pass there from Wepu, it has to be said. But yet again, by the way, and he's not been taken off because he's been bad. Trossard and Amos both having very solid games. Amos was an absolute monster in the middle of the park, not giving anything up. And Trossard, again, didn't necessarily have a bad game. He just wasn't getting as involved. I think the back five was causing him a few problems with getting some space. Oh, it's a lovely bit of play here from Brentford. They've knocked this around really nicely, and the font is beaten, but thankfully the post isn't. It strikes the post there and bounces out, and it could have gone absolutely anywhere. Thankfully, it found one of our players. We've given the ball away as we're trying to counter here. We've really got to try and make the most of these chances as we're countering, because as you can see, Brentford, every time they get the ball and work their way forward, are causing us problems. Emil Smith-Rowe here, going to try and bring it away, but Ozzy Kakai is going to do his best and win that ball off of him. This has been a difficult game. Henry going off. That's a bit of pace coming off the pitch here. It's going to be Thompson coming on. Not a player that I recognise the name of, but hopefully our fresh legs can make the most of that change, because Henry is a quick player. Mambimbi is coming on to come up against whoever their new right back is, or left back, sorry, I should say. So hopefully Thompson isn't the quickest of customers, but we can worry about that in a moment, because at the moment we have got Brentford on the attack yet again. Thompson nice and high up here. Masengo's won that in a fantastic spot, and now we have a chance here. El Basir bursting forward. Mambimbi's going to make a run. Campbell, I could do with you making a run as well, mate. Campbell makes a run. We're going to play it to Isaac Coles instead. Mwepu going to find Campbell, who is most definitely offside. Ah, it's such a shame. Such a shame. This has been a real good contest, but it's one that we have wasted counter after counter, and that has been the story of this game so far. But maybe Tyrese Campbell can't get past the man. I needed another man up there a bit quicker. I needed another option to pass it to quicker than we had one. And yet again, look, Brentford on the attack yet again. Ozzy Kakai being kept busy in the last 20 or so minutes here, but he's done pretty well. He has faced up to all the challenges he has had. He has had Emil Smith-Rowe, who is a very good player to deal with. And Masengo wins the ball here nice and deep. Good chance for a counter. Going to play it to Mambimbi, who doesn't have the best first touch there, but the pace is hopefully going to make up for it, because look, he is just absolutely blitzing the defender for pace. He's going to play it across. Tyrese Campbell, there it is, boys. It's sweaty, but it's a goal, and that is hopefully going to seal the 3 points on Derby Day. Huge result. That is absolutely massive. What a bit of play. Again, the pace from Mambimbi. As I said, we needed someone quick on that wing, because we were getting chances for Trossard, but the 5-back was just making it difficult for Trossard with his not as much pace as our other forwards. But Mambimbi, fresh legs, straight past that defender like he wasn't there, and then Tyrese just readjusts his feet, right foot into the bottom corner. The celebrations were justified. That's 2 and 3 for Tyrese, a great return for the start of the season. And just like that, last kick of the game, it's 1-0, it's 3 points, it's 9 out of a possible 9, and we won the cup game. We have had a phenomenal start to the season. It's well and truly things you love to see. The boys have absolutely played out of their skins. Huge result in the derby, and should see us still in that top couple at the start of the season. I don't expect to finish in the top couple, but to start there, to get the early points of the table is huge. The wins and the points keep on coming, boys. Huge result for us there. And you can see now we have got our scouts for our right backs. Let's have a little look-see and see what we're dealing with. Oh, Brandon Williams would be lovely. 79 rated, but I think he's going to be a little bit too expensive. Let's have a look at our transfer hub here. This will be what we end today's episode with, by the way. So we've got Ngakia 74, which I'm fairly sure we knew beforehand. Frimpong has just moved and is a little bit out of our price range anyway. Ben Johnson, for me, it's not enough of an upgrade, so I'm going to have to say no. I would have loved Livramento, but it is a downgrade on Aussie, and for me, that therefore just doesn't make sense to make. So sadly, it's going to be no Tino. Speedy recovery to him as well, because I know he's obviously just had a long-term injury. Neco Williams, only 74 rated, but I'm fairly sure he's going to have very good potential, more than Johnson would have had, for example. So Neco Williams, I'm not against the idea of. Brandon Williams, I think it's going to be a little bit too much. Aruja Sada, we couldn't scout because we didn't have enough scouts to send out there. I'm quite sold on Neco Williams. 74 rated, as I say, I know it's not a huge upgrade on what we have, but 22 years of age, I think I'm going to go for him. I think Neco Williams could be the play. I know Ngaki is on considerably less wages, But we're going to go Neco Williams. I'm going to approach the club and I'm going to skip negotiations. Oh, not skip negotiations. I'm going to negotiate because I'd like to get him for under 10 if I can. I'm going to try it. Well, I said I wanted him under 10. I've got him for 8.5. I offered 8. They wanted 10.9. I offered 8.3. Stuck at 10.9. I offered 8.5. And apparently that was enough to make Jurgen budge. Neco Williams, let's sort that contract out, mate. I cannot wait. Well, he's on, obviously, a lot at Liverpool, and you can't quite see it because I'm in the way, but he's after 29.5 from his 48. I've offered him important football. He wanted sporadic. I've offered him important. I'm saying to him, you're going to be in my starting team. You're going to be in my plans. Signing bonus of 280, clean sheet bonus, 15 games, just shy of $1 million. I'm going to get rid of the bonus, and I'm going to offer him 400 grand signing on bonus and keep the 29.5. I reckon he'll up that a little bit, but we'll see what he says here. So 29.5 grand a week, 400 grand signing on bonus. He wants 30.5. I'm absolutely here for it. Neco Williams, mate, welcome to the club. I think that is a huge addition. He's only going to go up in rating. Really happy with this signing. Really happy with the signing. It has to be said, this has been a phenomenal transfer window. It really, really has. I mean, okay, we've spent, what, 16.7 and then another 20, so that's 36. So that's going to be 40. That's 48.5, and then a free. So less than £50 million. Obviously, we have sold a few players as well. We haven't sold £50 million worth, but we have sold a good chunk of players. And even if you look at the fact that Figueroa cost us nothing and he's worth 43.5 million, it's been a very good transfer window. But Williams is going to come straight into the team. Man like Osman, I'm afraid, is going to be dropping to the bench, and Hamer is going to be dropping to the reserves. But it has to be said, I think that team right there is in a very good spot. You can see, obviously, a handful of players less than 80 rated, but I reckon Williams by the end of the season will be 78, 79. I think Amos is going to be pushing 77 rated, and I think Masengo is going to be 76, 77 himself as well. So I'm very happy with this team. I think it's absolutely going places. Hopefully you guys are okay with that signing. Obviously, as I said in the comments, we didn't really have any suggestions for the right backs that I'd shortlisted, so I just went with my gut in signing Neco Williams. I think it made the most sense. But what we're going to do is just have a look at this deal for Adoma. Again, I'm accepting any offers that come in. McCallum is going nowhere. Huge fan of Sam McCallum. Would love to have him permanently at QPR. Don't see it happening, but it would be nice. However, that is going to be where we end today's episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do leave a like on the video. It supports me, the video, and the channel out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit that sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. Make sure you go check us out on our live streams over on Twitch. It's Hursty Games over there. Link is in the description. But for now, I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I will see you very soon. Look after yourselves. And of course, wash your hands.
His name's Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, yeah, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, I'll say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty Games, yeah, you already know. Hursty Games, gonna hurt for days. I'll burst into flames, I'll enter the maze. Enter in tane, I'm gonna make it rain. He's kicking and he's taking names. The one streamer who will never bore me. QPR, Eze to glory. Career on the mode, reading a story. Heaven, not hell, no purgatory. Hursty Games, now his name is Thomas. No tank engine, yeah, I promise. His streams are bomb. Tomic with his bald head, Wallace and Gromit. Hursty Games, burst into flames, enter in tane, enter the maze, gonna make it rain. He's kicking, taking names. Hursty Games, Yo, JHG, subscribe to Hursty Games.